We are pawns, marching to the front line, disposable soldiers, not one of a kind. The battlefield stretches endlessly. Gray skies loom above, the air thick with smoke and sweat. Rows of weary men and women stand, armor dented, hands trembling, gripping weapons with fading hope. Not volunteers, but drafted souls torn from villages, farms, and homes. They told us we were necessary. Fighting for honor, they said. But every pawn knows the bitter truth: we're expendable, destined to fall behind us. The nobles watch, perched on blackened steeds. The king, cloaked in gold and pride, surveys the carnage with cold eyes. The queen, beauty and power incarnate, sits motionless, her gaze unfeeling. Rooks stand like stone fortresses, unmovable, loyal to the core. Bishops whisper holy strategies. Knights gleam in polished steel, awaiting their moment of glory. While we pawns have no such luxury, our command is brutally simple: fight, bleed, and die forgotten. As the horn of battle blows, we surge forward, a human tide, clashing with our mirrored selves. Steel meets steel, flesh meets flesh. The ground turns red and slick, screams muffled by war drums. Blood and guts litter the field. They don't care, not one bit. As long as their plan succeeds, the rulers remain absolute. For every pawn that falls, another steps into the void, knowing full well their fate, cut down like wheat before the scythe. The king and queen don't flinch. They have no reason to care. Their strategy unfolds perfectly. We're just pieces to be sacrificed. Now that we pawns are destroyed, the next level of troops deploys. The king and queen grow paranoid as their carefully laid plans unravel. But something begins to shift as our broken bodies litter the earth. The bishops advance with holy fire, their ships, cathedrals of war. The battle reaches fever pitch. Bishops unleash their mighty ships. Knights fight with desperate fury. Rooks unite in last defense. Flames engulf the battlefield. Knights thunder forward next. Lances piercing flesh like paper. Rooks crush all in their path. The board shakes violently as the game escalates beyond control. The king's smug smile fades. The queen's sharp eyes narrow. Victory is no longer assured. We pawns bought time with our lives. But now, as higher pieces clash, chaos reigns supreme on the board. Bishops topple from their towers. Knights scream as horses collapse. Rooks, once steadfast, crumble under relentless, furious assault. Even the queen finds herself cornered, her strategies unraveling fast. She fights with ruthless precision, cutting down all who dare approach. But even she cannot stem the tide that threatens to drown them all. One by one, every piece falls until only the king remains. Until all lie dead save one. The widowed king hides in fear. Disguised with nowhere left to run, his time has finally come. Alone, abandoned, and afraid, he casts aside his crown and robe, wraps himself in beggar's rags, and flees into the shadows. Once untouchable, once worshipped. Now he hides like a cornered rat, but the board offers no escape. Dragged before the army, he commanded fear grips him for the first time. No more manipulation or deceit, no more barking orders from afar. His greed has led him to this moment, where he'll finally bleed as we bled. The battlefield grows eerily quiet as smoke clears from the carnage. Checkmate! Checkmate! The cry rings out across the land. It's time for him to meet his fate, to reap what his greed has sown. The powerful hide behind walls of flesh. But in the end, whether pawn or king, all pieces share the same dark fate, cast aside when their use is done. The game ends, the board resets, and the cycle begins anew. We are pawns, forever expendable in this endless game of power. The game is over, the lesson learned. Life, cruel and unforgiving, is nothing more than a game of chess, where the weak are always sacrificed. His money and power mean nothing now. There has been a great divide. No more manipulation or commands. No more feeding his endless greed. He will know what it means to bleed, to suffer as we pawns have suffered. Life is just a game of chess, they say. but the board cares not for rank. In the end, we all return to dust king and pawn alike. The game resets, new pieces placed, and the cycle starts again. We are pawns, forever and always, fighting on the front lines of greed. Disposable, replaceable, forgotten. Not one of us truly unique. The powerful watch from safety. As we march to certain doom, they plot and scheme and strategize, while we pay the price in blood. But remember this, O mighty rulers, your reign is built on shifting sand, for even kings can fall from grace when the pawns refuse to stand.